County Grand Master, officers of Belfast County, officers and brethren of the Ligony Lodges, visiting brethren, Protestants, Unionists and Loyalists of North Belfast. It is a privilege to be with you once again this afternoon, and I want first of all to take the opportunity to bring you fraternal greetings from my own private lodge, Ballerina Faith Defenders LOL 984, from the district of Limavady, from the county of Londonderry, and also from the Grand Orange Lodge of Ireland. This afternoon, as you mark the 233rd day of your consecutive peaceful and steadfast protest, I want, as your Deputy Grand Master, to commend all of you in defending your rights to civil and religious liberty, for which our forefathers fought at the Boyne and in other places since. And I want to pay tribute to you and thank all of you for upholding your just and worthy cause. My presence here this afternoon, as on a few previous occasions, my presence here this afternoon underlines once again the fact that the whole of the Orange institution supports you in your principled stand. And I pay tribute to your resolve and determination and fortitude and willpower. And I also want to pay tribute to all those in the wider Protestant, Unionist and Loyalist community who have rallied round and played their part and given you support. And it is tremendous that at this meeting on previous Saturdays there have been people from various parts of the United Kingdom. And it is great that we have the band and our brethren from Scotland here today. Give them a warm welcome. We in this part of the United Kingdom know what it is to have our heritage and our citizenship within the United Kingdom challenged and brought under attack. Your place in Scotland is now, as it were, up for grabs, and we want to stand shoulder to shoulder with you, as you in days past have stood shoulder to shoulder with us in maintaining the Union. And here today we say again, long live the Union. What do you say? Long live the Union. Brethren, it is a scandal and an outrage that almost 8 months after we have celebrated the 323rd anniversary of the Battle of the Boyne, the unaccountable and unelected Parades Commission continues to place restrictions on this long-standing and traditional parade. And yet, brethren, only last week in Dunloy, the same commission allowed a sickening glorification of terror by Republicans to take place unhindered. Worse still, that commemoration parade in memory of 2 IRA terrorists yet again openly featured paramilitary-style uniforms and trappings, and apparently not a policeman in sight. But there's plenty of them in sight here today. There's plenty of them in sight here today. What a contrast. What a contrast with how the Commission deals with loyal order parades, when even the music is censured, when we're told what Christian hymns we're allowed to play, and numerous PSNI officers operate extensive camera surveillance. Is it any wonder? Is it any wonder when such commemorations or even celebrations of violence are allowed to take place like that at Dunmoy unrestricted, is it any wonder that it increases the perception amongst our brethren and our members of the wider unionist community that the Parades Commission is acting in the way that it has always acted, namely in a one-sided manner. The personalities representing this quango may have recently changed, but they are still lifting their fat wage packets, and they are still operating the same failed system. And as has been our case in the past, we remain firmly of the opinion that they are doing no good, that they are exacerbating the problem, that they are deepening sectarianism within Northern Ireland, and we say again today from this platform that they must go, and they must go immediately. With this in mind, the Grand Lodge, along with the other loyal orders, offered our full support to our unionist elected representatives in the recent Haas process, and we supported our collective aim of a fair and equitable resolution to parading. As part of that process, we also made separate submissions relating to flags and emblems and the past. However, we, like many others across society, were horrified to learn this week of the shabby, grotesque and underhand deal between Her Majesty's government and Sinn Féin, resulting in secret letters being sent to Republican paramilitary suspects. As the Orange Order suffered the largest institutional loss for a civilian organisation during the Troubles, with the murder of 332 members, we are appalled that such get-out-of-jail-free cards should be in circulation, and worse still, that our own devolved assembly, or at least most within our own devolved assembly, knew nothing about it. Like the decisions of the ill-fated and discredited Parades Commission, one must ask again, where was the transparency? Where was the transparency? It was nowhere to be seen. It is a dark day for justice when those suspected of the most heinous crimes during the Troubles are not brought before the courts and held accountable for their evil deeds. Once again, the memory of our murdered brethren and of other innocent civilians have been tramped into the muck by the shabby, secret, dirty deal done by Tony Blair and the Northern Ireland Office, and carried on by the present administration. And as a Christian minister and as a citizen of this province today, I say, shame on them! Shame on them! Shame on them! Tell me, brethren and friends, what do you say? What do you say? Shame on them! Shame on them! The Word of God says in Psalm 146 verse 3, put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. For a long time in this province, I myself have been increasingly of the opinion that we can trust no one except the Lord and except ourselves. And sometimes perhaps we can't even entirely trust ourselves even. But that's why we need to stand shoulder to shoulder and look up to the God above us and give support and stand together in these days. And all of this that has happened, all the revelations brought to light during this past week, all of this reinforces how right it was for the Orange Order, as well as others, to oppose the so-called peace building and conflict resolution centre at the former Maze prison. some conflict resolution centre it would have been when we see what was being done behind backs during this past week. The innocent victims of terrorism who have been re-traumatised this week and treated with absolute contempt deserve closure. They deserve justice. They deserve our prayers, and they deserve our support. This scandalous episode has once again also illustrated the true colours of Sinn Féin and the Republicans. Back in the summertime, Jerry Kelly hitched a ride on the bonnet of a police Land Rover. And over recent days, he has attempted to sue or threatened to sue the Chief Constable for this free ride. He has indeed. What an irony. What an irony that a convicted IRA bomber who has shown no remorse for his past evil actions should engage in such a publicity stunt. Perhaps it was out of pure embarrassment at seeing himself increasingly on TV riding on the bonnet. Perhaps it was out of embarrassment that he has since dropped his lawsuit. However, when Kelly is in such a generous mood in dropping his lawsuit, I would encourage him also to drop his opposition to your parade, to show some tolerance, to accept that this constituency should be an area of shared space, and allow the Ligoneel brethren to return to their Orange Hall, as is their right. Mr. Kelly, Jerry Kelly, Sinn Féin, if you are listening to us, if you believe in a shared space, then put it into action and allow our brethren to return to their Orange Hall. Republicans like to specialise in vilifying our institution, attacking our Orange Halls, our parades, and our British culture and heritage. However, as it is evident by this protest here today, by your presence here today, our resolve and our spirit will not be broken. And so, I have a message. I have a message for Sinn Féin today. Some of you may still be on the run, but we are running nowhere. We are running nowhere. And we shall be standing here and staying here until our brethren are allowed to walk in a dignified way on their traditional route back to their Orange Hall. But I also have a message for the PSNI today. Stop lecturing us. Stop lecturing us on how much our peaceful and legitimate protests are costing, and start doing your job. Stop signing letters that you shouldn't be signing, and start doing what is the right thing. And I have a message also for the Secretary of State and the Parades Commission. And the Parades Commission today. Your transactions conducted behind the darkness of closed doors may not bear the scrutiny of light, but we are here in the open. Our faces can be photographed if you want to photograph our faces. We are not skulking in the darkness. We are not engaging in skullduggery. And therefore, as people of the light, we have a message for you, Secretary of State, we have a message for you, members of the Parades Commission. We call upon you again, as honest, upright people, to respond positively to the request of our brethren to be allowed to complete their parade in a peaceful and dignified manner. As the old hymn puts it, perish, perish policy and cunning. Perish all that fears the light, whether losing, whether winning. Trust in God and do the right. We remain determined to see civil and religious liberty prevail for our Ligony lodges. Let's continue to stand strong together as an Orange and Unionist family, because the old adage remains true. United we stand, divided we fall. So let's stand together. Make sure that you take leadership from your Orange brethren. Give them all the support and encouragement that you possibly can. And the message goes out again today from Tradell Avenue and here on the Woodvale Road, loud and clear, with one strong, united voice. Here we stand. We can do no other. So help us God. Thank you very much.